as we're getting ready to pack up and leave to head to our next location, I just want you guys to see, look how stinking cute. The ICW right here, you can see the pelicans, they just sit in it and the current just pulls them. So you seriously watch pelicans just drifting on by all morning long, which I think is adorable. There's a fisherman leaving to go catch something today. But yeah, we'll be showing you guys all day, all of our adventures to the next stop. Got the dinghy loaded. You ready, Sean?
What'd you call me?
I didn't call you a dinghy. So we just left our marina, Surfside Marina. It was amazing. We're headed down the ICW. Some big tankers. Sean, you don't know that plant?
I do not, but if you look to the port side over here, you can. That's where the ocean is.
Oh yeah, there's leading out to the Gulf of Mexico. There's a dolphin. Look at that. Who would have thought? I'm telling you, dolphins are in love with us. They like us. At least I'd like to think it's us that they're attracted to. Why wouldn't they be? Well, mystery solved. It's Dow. The plant is a Dow plant.
It's a huge plant.
Huge. Sean says it's big. Have you ever worked in that plant?
Yes, I had a hurricane last year. They lost a lot of boats.
Sean worked in that plant. How special. ICW, baby. There's a lot to look at. Some really pretty scenery. How wide is this, Sean? Like
250, 300 feet.
Okay, so the water's like 250, 300 feet across. There's all kinds of barges and tankers and all that kind of good stuff. On the other side of this piece of land, there's the ocean. And this land keeps going on forever because that's Texas. And that's it. So we hopefully will see all kinds of birds and alligators and refuge and all kinds of good stuff.
The only people out here are the working boats. There's no pleasure boats or anything else.
Yeah, no pleasure boats.
So.
The water looks like dirty right there, like brown.
Yeah, it's only 11 feet deep. So those barges are kicking up sand and dirt.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'll come back with hopefully some wildlife videos.
I'm at the East Brazos River floodgate. What is that?
I don't know. Just heard.
It's a pleasure boat. Someday, I want to get permission to come through the gate. What's your position? Looks like about 1,000 feet outside the gate.
All right, Cap, just stay where you're at. You're headed westbound, correct?
That is correct.
I got two coming at you. We're going to be lining up on that west gate shortly, and then I'll get you through.
Copy that. Someday out.
Okay, so we got permission from the East Brazos Floodgate Authority to go through the floodgate. And Sean called, like you saw him on the video call, and they at first told us to wait, and then they said we could go on through. So we're heading on through the floodgate, and then they told us on the other side we've got some large vessels coming, so they want us to wait, and then we can head on down through the rest of the river, the ICW.
On the other side of this is the Brazos River, and once we get to the Brazos, he wants us to go north, hang out there until they get the other two barges through, and once they go through, then we can go through the other floodgate on the other side. Basically, we're just crossing over a river.
Oh, cool. Okay. This is so cool. So this is what a floodgate looks like. So basically the ICW is crossing over the Brazos River, and it kind of forks off and does different things. So they have this in place so they can close it off. So it's pretty cool. You have to call and get permission to pass through, and sometimes if you come through and it's closed, you have to have them open it back up. Look at that. So cool. Very interesting today. Okay, so we're just waiting. They wanted us to just come over to this little area. That's the next water lock or floodgate we're going to go through. And then I'm assuming that right there leads you back to the Gulf of Mexico. And I'm assuming this just takes you up into those plants that you can see off in the distance. but they want us to wait over here because apparently there are some big barges about to come through over there, and it's not big enough for all of us to go through.
Apparently, this is the longest river in Texas, from what I read last night.
The Brazos?
Yes.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
It is.
So you know, it's different. It's not like we're traveling around in the Caribbean, but this is something that's that's really interesting and something that you can definitely do on a boat. So yeah, I was noticing there was a sign back there. Let me turn this around. And there was a sign over there. I didn't get a good picture of it, but it said something like, as of 2013, that they allowed pleasure boats to go through their gate. So maybe before that you couldn't go through. I'll have to do some research on that. But they had a big sign said pleasure boats were allowed to come through. So I think that's pretty cool. And in case you didn't know, we're considered a pleasure boat, okay? Because we're pleasuring. That's what's happening. All right, just we're gonna keep this going. I'm gonna keep stopping and starting, that way you guys are not just, oh, I see the big one coming through. I'll get that on video in just a second. Looks like there's a story behind this. Not sure what, but when you see a jet ski beached out in the middle of nowhere, something's going on. Okay, so we're still waiting, and you can see the big barge is starting to come through. We've got some local fishermen. We've got dolphins out here. We keep seeing big old fish jump. There's another pleasure boat along with us waiting to cross through here. So as soon as the barges go through and people start giving us permission, we'll pass on through. But I just wanted you to see this is one of the barges coming through. Uh-oh, somebody hit it. Poor bridge. Man, looks like a lot of people done towed this thing.
Look how narrow it is.
That's scary.
With barges and everything else.
Yeah, I want to hit it. All right, that's behind us. That is behind us. We went through the floodgates. So exciting. And you guys were with us to experience. All right, let's move on to something else. All right, so this is what we're gonna do for lunch. We're gonna grill, or I'm gonna grill while Sean's driving. We bought this grill off of Amazon. It was way cheaper than other stores, and it takes little propane bottles that are super easy to find. I always keep extra, but I love, love, love grilling, and I love having the grill on the boat. So today, while we're cruising down to Matagorda, I am gonna grill some hot dogs for us, some cheddar and jalapeno dogs. And it's just just beautiful out here. It's just so relaxing and nice and peaceful. You can see all the birds on the pieces of wood. It's just beautiful. And again, we're in the ICW. You may be watching this video along with all the others, or you may just be jumping in and catching them here and there. So I always want to tell you guys where we're at. Got our dolphin show. Come on, baby. Look at that. I love it. Come on, baby. I've got my own private dolphin show going on here. Yes. Right next to the back of my boat. Look. Right there. We're in the ICW right now. Look at that. Look at him. He is all over the place. I got 2 of them. There's at least 2 of them following us. Not sure if there's more. Come on, one more time. There you go. I love it. My life is complete.
East Matagorda Bay. Looks like you can go anywhere, but it shows to be 2 to 4 feet everywhere you look. Unless you stay in the channel here, right where those boats are in front of us. See, he's reading their magazine again, trying to shop, I think. Not a lot of boat traffic.
So we're here in Sargent, Texas, and you can see they have a corkscrew bridge built connecting the mainland over to the island. And they do that kind of bridge because there's not enough room to do a full bridge all the way over to make it high enough, because the ocean's on that side, and on the other side is a lot of marsh land and that kind of stuff. So pretty cool, very cool. All right, guys, we're pulling into Matagorda Bay. We're still in the ICW coming through. You can see they got some beautiful homes out here. It's a pretty small place from what I looked at on the map. As far as stuff to do here, I'm not real sure. I couldn't find a whole lot. It's more of a fishing community, but it took us about 4.5 hours from Surfside Beach to get here. Of course, we go, how many knots, Sean?
We're doing 9.
We're doing 9. You know, we're broke. We ain't got no money for fuel. I'm gonna start a GoFundMe for diesel. So we're cruising. We were passed up by 2 motor yachts, so you know. But really pretty so far. I can't wait to see the Marina. It's Matagorda Harbor is where we're staying at. So just wanted you guys to see we are pulling into Matagorda, finally here. Okay, guys, so we had a fantastic trip down from Surfside to now Matagorda. We're in Matagorda, Texas. We're staying at the Matagorda Harbor Marina, and super nice people, super nice people. It was very inexpensive. I think we ended up paying like $51 for a night, so that wasn't bad. They priced it like $1.25 per foot, and they have full hookups, water, power, all that kind of good stuff. They have like 5 transit slips available. When we called ahead to make the transit slip, they said, just show up. If we don't have room for you, we'll let you park up against the bulkhead and for free. So I was like, well, that's pretty cool. So they have all kinds of accommodations. They have a nice shower house. Haven't been there, but he said, you know, told us where it was and all that kind of good stuff. We've met lots of great people here so far. There's not a lot to do in Matagorda. It's mostly fishing, and the only restaurant that's here is actually closed on Tuesdays, so we didn't get to check it out, but maybe on the way back through. So on the way down here, you guys have either saw or you're going to see the video of us going through a water. Is it a gate? I'm like,
it's a floodgate.
A floodgate. A floodgate. So Sean, I'm going to let you tell them how you find those things and how do we do them.
But these floodgates keep the the water from the river coming into the ICW and causing issues there, and they have to take turns, let people go through there because there's all these barges, and I swear that thing's only 50 feet wide.
It's very narrow.
Our boat's only 15 feet wide, but these barges are going through there and they barely fit through there, so we had to take turns, and they had a guy there telling people what to do, and then after that it was smooth, basically smooth sailing. It was very, very smooth and just relaxing, and you saw a lot of houses on dolphin and a lot of other things.
They're going to see it too.
Yeah.
And
then when we leave here tomorrow morning, as soon as you leave here, you make a right, heading west on the ICW. They have a lock we have to go through. So I already called and talked to them, and kind of got all that figured out. And the way I figured all this out is, this book. This book is what it basically tells you exactly where the anchorages are, where the marinas are, what the things that they have to do around them. They help you with that. Tells you if there's mechanics there, so it helps with your planning and stuff. And I got this one from my boy Mitch. Thank you, Mitch.
Mitch and Paula Rock.
So anyway, this is a very helpful book, and every time that we leave a place, I'll read the next leg, I guess, and go ahead and get a plan of what I'm doing. And I try to call ahead and talk to the lock or the bridge that has to be open and that kind of thing. And that way, you're not underway and you're trying to figure out the last minute, because it can be stressful enough. Don't need anything
Although
else.
Today was very unstressful. We had no stress today. It was great. Great little trip. And y'all saw it, or you're going to see it, but it's amazing. So thank you guys for joining us. We're going to be heading down to Rockport, Texas tomorrow. And stay tuned, because there's actually going to be stuff for us to do there. There's a winery there. There's places we can ride our bike, a historical district, a mansion we're going to go check out. So be sure and watch that video tomorrow. And we're gonna bring the TV up here tonight, out on the deck, and watch a movie and enjoy our night here in Matagorda.